Our top focus. The champs have hit out at the federation boss and they have said we have proof against him, demand urgent action against the WFI chief. Women wrestlers have been wrong, so the protesting wrestlers have said that they need action, not assurance. So that is the big development that's coming. Remember, the wrestlers were protesting from yesterday. Right after that, there was a meeting between the sports ministry and the wrestlers. After the meeting, this is the reaction that the wrestlers have stated, where they've continued to hit out at the federation boss. But they've also said that they have proof against him and they demand urgent action against the WFI chief. So this is, of course, the latest coming. Just to give our viewers a quick sense of what the reactions also were coming in, is that the wrestlers have said that the resignation is not enough. They demand for the WFI arrest, the president's arrest, that is. This is also because of the fact that a while ago, of course, sources were suggesting that Brij Bhushan Sharma would be resigning on January 22nd during the AGM. So what the wrestlers now state is that the resignation is not enough. They demand for the WFI president to be arrested. The federation needs to be dissolved is what they've said. So they've clearly hit out at the federation. They've also said that they're not satisfied by the sports ministry's action on this. Not satisfied by the sports ministry, and they want the prime minister to step in. So that's, of course, the big development that's coming in. In fact, Sakshi Malik went on to say that the government did not promise any action. They've only given assurance and were not happy with the response. We request the prime minister to ensure justice. Now, in a surprising turn of events, the president of Haryana Wrestling Association hit back at the wrestlers protesting at Jantar Mantar. Now, he hinted at a political plot and claimed that the wrestlers are trying to create undue pressure on the association. Now, responding to this, Vinesh Phogat said the new Haryana Federation has people similar to the WFI chief, Brij Bhushan, and that the situation there is no different either.
कुश्ती संघ जैसे ब्रिज भूषण शरण सिंह जी हैं, वैसी ही हरियाणा की फेडरेशन बना दी गई है। जो नई फेडरेशन बनाई गई है वो उनके ही जैसे लोग हैं। बजरंग आपका वीडियो भी सभी स्टेट में ऐसा है।
इन्हीं खिलाड़ियों के मुंह से मैंने 1000 बार बजरंग पूनिया और दूसरे खिलाड़ियों के मुंह से ये सुना है। अब भारतीय कुश्ती संघ के अध्यक्ष ने जो कुश्ती को जिस मुकाम पे लेके गए हैं, उनकी तारीफ में इतने कसीदे पढ़ते हुए मैंने देखा स्टेजों पे भी और खुद में भी, और आज वो इस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं। मैं तो सभी पेरेंट्स को भी ये कहना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि बेटियाँ एक लक्ष्मी हैं और भारत की संस्कृति ये नहीं कहती कि हम इस तरह की किसी के ऊपर निराधार आरोप लगाएं। ये सबसे हल्की राजनीति है।
Meanwhile, opposition has countered the government and sports ministry over the grave allegations and protests by wrestlers. The opposition leaders, including Priyanka Gandhi, Kamal Nath and Dipinder Hooda, called it a black day for Indian sports community and demanded a CBI probe into the allegations. Now, left leader Brinda Karat, who had arrived at the protest spot, was requested by the wrestlers to not politicize the issue and leave the site.
Never in our nation's history has such grave allegations been made against any sports body, and never such eminent athletes and sportspersons have come together to make such an allegation. The nation is looking up to the government to come forward. Our Prime Minister should come forward. Our Sports Minister should come forward. Their silence so far is deafening. They should come forward and tell the nation what actions they are going to take. There are two kind of allegations. One is irregularities in functioning of the Wrestling Federation. For that, the Wrestling Federation can be dismissed and that inquiry can be conducted by Sports Ministry. But then there are some criminal allegations. And for those criminal allegations, immediately the FIR should be filed.
ये तो बहुत गंभीर बात है, दुख की बात है अगर ये सच्चाई है। ये यौन शोषण जो किया है, ये आरोप तो आया, अखबारों में आया। अब मैं इसकी सच्चाई तो जानता नहीं। सरकार को इसकी पूरी इंक्वायरी ऑर्डर करनी चाहिए, जांच होनी चाहिए।
देश के नामी ग्रामी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय प्रतिस्पर्धाओं में पदक जीतने वाले जो खिलाड़ी हैं, रेसलर्स हैं, उनका धरना चिंतित करने वाला है, अफसोसजनक है। खेल मंत्रालय ने इसका नोटिस लिया है और 72 घंटे के अंदर समूची परिस्थितियां सामने लाने
All right,
का।
continuing to track all the latest on this, the breaking development being that the champs have hit out at the federation boss and said that they have proof against him and they demand urgent action against the WFI chief. Women wrestlers have been wronged, so the protesting wrestlers said that they need action, not assurance. But to give us more details into what else the wrestlers did say after this particular meeting with the sports ministry, let me cut across to my colleague Karishma, who's been tracking all the latest developments for us. Karishma, good evening. You know, the fact that this meeting did take place today between the sports ministry and the wrestlers, at some point it felt like probably the wrestlers would have been satisfied, but it seems like they are not. They've also gone on to hit out at the WFI president as well and the federation overall. Talk to us about the fact that they've made some key pointers, also saying that the resignation is not enough and the demand for the arrest of the WFI president. Tell us more.
Well, yes, it was an hour-long meeting at the Sports Ministry today, which was attended by, of course, the top wrestlers, Bajrang, Sakshi, Vinesh, amongst others. And those who attended from Sports Ministry were Secretary Sports, which is Sujata Chaturvedi. There was Joint Secretary Mr. Kunal, and also DG Sports Authority of India, which is Sandeep Pradhan. Now, at first, we were told that the meeting was fruitful and the wrestlers left happy. But after a while sitting at Jantar Mantar, the wrestlers have said that they are not content with the assurances that have been given by the Sports Ministry. It is not enough that Brij Bhushan Sharan would resign. They want the entire Wrestling Federation of India to be derecognized. They do not want even a single official in the current system to be there. They want a new federation, or they want the Wrestling Federation of India to be run by the Sports Ministry, similar to what had happened to Hockey India earlier. So these are the demands that these wrestlers have asked for. Once again, to just show you Jantar Mantar at the moment. Sports Ministry, the wrestlers did say that they heard them very recently, but after that, they are fully content with what has happened. We are learning that Brij Bhushan could possibly resign on 22nd of January in the annual general meeting. The Wrestling Federation of India, which is going to be held on the 22nd of January in Ayodhya in the first half, which is Sunday. Now remember, Sunday is also the day when the deadline for the Wrestling Federation of India to respond to the Sports Ministry's notice is going to end as well. So it is going to be very interesting 3 days to see how the Wrestling Federation of India responds, because when he was asked yesterday if he is going to resign, he in fact laughed and said कि आप जो बोलेंगे वो कर देते हैं. That was his sarcastic remark when he was asked about his resignation. But the wrestlers very committed to their resolve that they are not going to move from Jantar Mantar. They are going to come here each day, whether it's 1 day, 10 days or a month, until and unless the entire Wrestling Federation of India officials are removed. They are not going to play any tournaments, domestic or inter-action. There will be no ranking series that the wrestlers will participate in, whether it's junior or senior. They are going to play no qualifier tournaments for Asian Games or for the Olympics. So clearly big statements coming in from the wrestlers here. They had the meeting with Sports Ministry, but they are not 100% satisfied with it, and that is why they are continuing to sit here at Jantar Mantar, and they are speaking to the media even now. But they are not content, and they are going to continue this protest until and unless WFI president resigns, one, and the entire federation is derecognized.
Right. Karishma, as you point that out, one of their top demands was that the WFI president does resign. But on the other hand, we're learning, like you pointed out, that the federation has to be dissolved. But what next for these athletes? Now, of course, if this protest do continue, now how do you read into this going forward for them?
Well, it is going to be very, very unfortunate because all these wrestlers are missing out on important practice time because this is a very important year. We have the Asian Games in September. There are also Olympic qualifier events this year because we are just 1 year away from Paris Olympics. And we had Vinesh Phogat earlier, speaking to the media and saying that she's ready to die for an Olympic medal. If she gets it after dying, she will be happy. But that is something that she wants to win. So that is the focus that these wrestlers have. So it is very, very shameful that the wrestlers for the last 2 days have been sitting at Jantar Mantar. They met the sports ministry today. They are not content with it. And they have very categorically said no practice, no tournaments, no wrestling until WFI is dissolved, until WFI is derecognized. The resignation of Mr. Brij Bhushan Sharan is not going to be enough. And also remember, there are allegations of sexual exploitation against him. Wrestlers have even said that there needs to be investigation into that, which Brij Bhushan Sharan, of course, outrightly denied, saying कि जब यौन शोषण का सवाल किया गया था तो he said नहीं किया है, नहीं हुआ है. This was his answer when questioned on the allegations of sexual exploitation. So all of that will have to be looked into. Only then will these wrestlers be willing to get up from Jantar Mantar. But up until then, India is going to suffer because these wrestlers have decided not to play the sport until and unless their demands are met.
Absolutely, that is unfortunate. But one of the other, points that has been raised is why is it until Jan 22nd that they are waiting for him to resign? Because if the allegations are of the nature that they are in, which is about sexual assault, then why are we waiting? We do understand that there's an AGM on the Jan 22nd, but why wait for so long for him to step down?
Well, there are instances of the high-handedness of Brij Bhushan Sharan, the WFI president, and everyone knows how, he deals with wrestlers as well. Bajrang Punia saying that he is known for abusing the wrestlers, known for slapping the wrestlers even mid-tournament. So that is the kind of behavior that Brij Bhushan Sharan many a times has indulged into, and that is why when everyone was expecting that maybe on moral and ethical grounds he would step down pending an inquiry, he in fact threatened reporters present at his residence yesterday, saying कि आप चले जाइए यहाँ से थप्पड़ मार दूंगा. It came to that. So clearly he is not willing to step down. He may have to be removed, and we could see that possibly happening in the annual general meeting that will happen on the 22nd of January in Ayodhya. A lot of drama will unfold there. Will Brij Bhushan take a U-turn, not resign even then? All of that we will have to wait and see. But the 72-hour deadline that was given by the Sports Ministry to the Wrestling Federation of India will also end on Sunday. So it is going to be do or die for Brij Bhushan Sharan and also for the Wrestling Federation of India, because if they fail to reply, then under the National Sports Code, the federation can be derecognized, and that is what the wrestlers here want.